we got word that there was going to be a big festival in India, in Mayapur and Vrindavan, and Prabhupada wanted the devotees to come to that festival from all over the world. So Madhavisa Prabhu, he was very pleased with my book distribution efforts and my general service attitude in the temple. So he allowed me to go to the Mayapur festival. So we went in late February 1974, and we went to the first Mayapur Vrindavan festival. And there I met Srila Prabhupada, and we spent 10 days with him in Mayapur. And I received initiation from him on the 7th of March, Gorpanim Day in 1974, and he gave me the name Sabhapati Dasa. After that, we went to Vrindavan for another 10 days and with Prabhupada. And while we were there, Srila Prabhupada received word that there'd been some trouble in Bombay. Prabhupada had trouble purchasing the land there in Juhu beach. And one man who sold him the land was creating a lot of disturbance for Prabhupada. And he had influenced the Bombay Municipal Council to ban the Harinam Sankirtan party, saying that, oh, they create so much noise and, you know, they disturb everyone, you have to stop this. So under the influence of this Mr. Nair, the Municipal Council, they banned us from going on Harinam. So Prabhupada, he wanted to form a Harinam party, following in the footsteps of the civil disobedience movement of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So at that time, the American devotees and the European devotees, they only had like 3 or 4 week visas. And at that time, they had to go back to their home countries. But the Australian devotees, being members of the Commonwealth country, we didn't need visas at that time. So we were able to stay in India. So when Prabhupada knew that, he asked the Australian devotees to go to Bombay and to engage in this program. So we came down. At that time, most of the devotees in that festival, they all got dysentery. The conditions were quite tough. And we went down on the train. Dinanath Prabhu, the temple didn't have much money in those days, so he bought us third-class tickets, and it was a rather hellish journey. Plus, the train was always stopping. It took 36 hours in that train. The train trip we will never forget. So we arrived down in Bombay, and we went to the Juhu land, and there was one building, one go-down. Prabhupada was living up in his quarters in one building. We weren't allowed to take hold of those buildings. The tenants, they had the right to stay in there. So Prabhupada, we had one room on one of the tops of one of the buildings. And all the devotees, we lived in this big go-down. And in this big go-down, there was only half the roof. So like all the temple presidents and sannyasis and all the big shots, they got the roof. And the brahmacharis, we got the part of the building without any roof, like that. And to taking bath, we had a 44-gallon drum full of water, and we just bucketed over ourselves like that. So it was pretty simple living conditions. So the next day, we went out on Harinam, and we went out with great kirtan leaders such as Achyutananda Maharaj at the time, Vishnu Jan Swami, who Prabhupada called the King of Kirtan, Dinanath Prabhu, and another devotee named Jai Satchananda Prabhu. And these 3 or 4 devotees, they were some of the greatest kirtan leaders ever in the history of ISKCON. So we were so fortunate to go on Harinam with these wonderful kirtan leaders. We went to Villapale and we went to Santa Cruz, and we chanted, and we went there for a couple of days. And after a couple of days, the court case was held, and the magistrate, he thought that the whole thing was absurd, and therefore he immediately dismissed the order, and immediately Srila Prabhupada won the court case, and we defeated Mr. Nair. But what had happened, Srila Prabhupada thought that we were going to be in for a long battle.